If you want to bond with your snake, there is a couple stuff to do. And today we'll talk first about the environment. Let's go.
領域展開エビの部屋
When you want to bond with your snake, the first things is the environment. Also, it's not only you, but also the environment. The thing is, to have the perfect environment, there is a cage. And then there is the actual environment of the room where the cage is. So what I'm talking here about is your snake is pretty, and your reptiles just in general are pretty sensitive to that part, to that parameters. So what I'm talking about here is, if you have a positive mindset, a positive attitude, positive like aura, you have positive like spirit, snake will sense that and will be more likely to bond with you. Now, I'm alone here right now when I'm filming, but if I have someone pissed off of life, and it is true in my experience, I have experienced that if you have someone pissed off of life, pissed off of his work, pissed off of whatever, and or has just any negative experience just before or just in general, it is going to change the whole stuff. It is going to change the whole environment, because negative energy is going to take to beat actually the positive, if you want to say it like this. So, you will have a snake that is more likely to have like a stress, because negative energy is like a little bit stressful for them. Let's be honest here. I'm pretty experienced with that, so I know that part. Even though they're pretty desensitized to almost everything mine, they still have a different reaction from a positive environment to a negative environment. This is outside of the cage. Now, if you want to bond with your snake, you have to be the positive energy, positive like light for them, and even though the energy is mainly negative in the room sometimes, if you have that positive stuff and you come with that positive stuff, it is still better for them than just coming negative in a negative environment, and that's a first step. The second step comes also with a cage. Now, what do I mean with that is that your cage has to be in harmony with how their umwelt, which is a word I learned from Tom Crutchfield, watching some videos and podcasts with him, where he's a guest. So understanding actually the vision of the environment of the snake. How does the snake see its environment? Now, it goes with its habitat, it goes with its lifestyle, it goes with a lot of stuff. If you have a semi-arboreal snake, for example, well, you need something that will make them climb, If you have a terrestrial species like a ball python, you need something that will make them feel like comfortable with terrestrial part, a lot of ground floor, space floor, ground area, where with carpet python, for example, which are semi-arboreal, you don't have to discuss that. The first guy that say to me that carpet python is terrestrial, I slap him in his face. They are semi-arboreal, and so they climb and then go on the ground. So they need something where they can climb, whether it's a high cage, whether it is, as here the example, having a cage that allows them to have a natural behavior of climbing, even though it's not pretty high, but it's still a possibility for them. Now, the thing is that you can see that however you want with that, but in my opinion, it helps a lot. And what helps a lot is the best size cage, of course. Now, what is the best size cage? We have a video about it right now, right here in the corner, if you want to go watch it after this video, because this video is maybe something you want to watch up until the end. But yeah, it is the environment is very important. The environment, the cage. If the snake feels good in his cage, he will be less negative and have less negative energy, negative stress, defensive behaviors and stuff. So having a snake that feels okay in its environment is really important. That's also why, for example, I don't give a massive cage to a really small snake, like a Waki, not giving him directly the big enclosure, even though he was like, he's maybe okay with it, but you want to be sure with that. The other stuff when it comes to bonding in related to environment is choosing the moment. You know, when you're already bonded with it, the work is almost done, even though it's a day-to-day, or maybe not a day-to-day, but a frequent work. But you can be okay with it. You can go okay with it. But if you are in the work of bonding with your snake, you have to choose when and to choose where. Why am I saying that is, if you are right now, if you're pissed off of life, you had a terrible day job and stuff, terrible day, terrible week, and if you go, you take this and stuff, you have negative energy, and the snake they remember that, and they will remember that negative energy. If you're like, I'm pissed off, I'm not taking the snake out, it's better. If you're like happy and stuff, positive vibe, it is more likely to be a moment where you can bond. And because your energy feels the environment, that's why it's related to the environment. Because it will feel the environment and see and show your snake positive moment, positive place, And it is something to work with, it's not a one-size-fits-all answer, and it's not even one-size-fits-all, moments and stuff. Where is also a thing. What happens when I have a negative energy in the room where the terrariums are, which can happen, it happens. It can happen all the time or not, it can happen from time to time. Life is life. I want to take the snakes out because I'm on a positive note. I take the snakes and I go to another place in the apartment to be more in a way where I can fill up with positive energy. That's how I also do. Now, you have these parts, and that's why I say when and where is also super important when it comes to bonding with your snake. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, share. I know people will call me crazy for saying that, but I'm convinced of that because I've experienced that with my snakes. At least in 10 years I've experienced all that. So I hope you enjoyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and share. Don't forget to support USR. Don't forget to jump rookies inside pet group. Don't forget to support responsible reptile keeping. Don't forget my Instagram, AodaReptile, also, to see all these babies. And I hope to see you on the next one.